Hello everyone, Firemac here, and welcome back to my Endwalker playthrough for Final Fantasy 14 with me, Firemac. So, as I promised on the last episode, I would do all the side quests, and I did. So there's no more side quests, they're all gone. I'm ready to continue the story. Also uncovered the whole map, if you couldn't tell. Returning home, your excursion on the moon concluded. Yostola is keen to return to Etheris. With Laparet's in Orange's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the fate of their earthly collaborators, there's much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, though you must be prepared. Bye, Orange. I need not remind you of the dangers we face, nor the countless lives at stake, both in the source and its reflections. Go with courage, my friend, and pray give the others my regards. There's little I can do to help stop the final days, but should you need to traverse the stars, look no further. Such knowledge I can offer in abundance, so do not hesitate if you find yourself in need. Well, that was all rather embarrassing, wasn't it? At least we're on the same page now, people and Etheris. We'll say both, or at least give it a good try. Alright, yeah, this is the same stuff they said before. Man, I don't wanna leave. This music's so good. Oh, the ironic thing, I looked at my last recording. The moment I mentioned the music is when the audio cut out. So that'll be fun. I'd forgotten how cold it was here in Garlemald, a testament to the Laparet's ingenuity that I felt no such discomfort on the moon. Yeah, the moon should technically be colder than Garlemald when you think about it. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered soldiers when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. As not only the contingent, of course, the heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. Know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Oh, I think this is where we're gonna go back to Razahan. Because we all have to convene. And that makes for a perfect time for the role quests, mind you. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be set into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. So we're 2 maps fully cleared at this point, with flying unlocked. So we're either gonna go back and complete Thavnair and Labyrinthos now that we know Australians involved with the Moon Peeps, the Laparits. or we're gonna go to one of 2 new locations, because we still have 2 more areas to go to. It's kind of insane. Firemac, at last you are returned. Yay, cutscene time. Let me some cutscenes. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your final lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now. And believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here. So we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers to have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in the company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. just my big ol' smile. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced at Thavnair. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten their endeavor, the beast tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya no doubt thrilled the mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of her comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucia and I will remain along the small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Talaferway? Oh boy. Oh boy, you might want to sit down for this. The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There's still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders have told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Did I say that right? The Alliance leaders must be told. Yes, of course, I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their present duties, that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you will be glad to hear that Mistress Crowl, though still on the mend, has been moved to Balesian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wished to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would likely they would not likely live to tell a tale. Yes, that's very true. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. An admirable but futile endeavor. Let's go to the first one. Xeno's gonna do something dumb, and it's gonna make everyone mad, and we're gonna have to kill him. For realsies. I suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounced the Crown Prince and condemned his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relation with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator. No longer Ye Galvis. Viator Galvis. Xenos Viator Galvis. No longer Ye Galvis. No Ye Galvis. Ye Galvis! Outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Fandaniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlene. I feel like Xenos is gonna do something to Heidelin. Or something with Heidelin. Something bad's gonna happen with Heidelin. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense at this point. That's gonna give any real threat. Because the final days is just the world kind of slowly dying. Like, it's a big threat, but at the same time, there's nowhere to point our sword at, basically. There's no direct cause, and since we don't know, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. So I feel like the only thing that can happen is Xenos or Heidelin are going to become an issue at the end here. Alright, we're going back to the Baldician Annex, huh? Wait. Before I leave. I believe, if I recall correctly, there's like this one spot that was like a sightseeing log. Oh, where was it? You know what? I might leave it alone and just come back in my own time. Because this could very well eat up a lot of time. Me just trying to figure it out. You gotta keep an eye on the audio, because honestly, I can't get too comfortable with the audio. It likes to sneak up and freeze on me when I'm not paying attention. Because there's no... You know, let's just continue. I'll be spending too much time on this. Look at that, look at that. Yes. See, this right here makes sense. You guys remember when I was like last looking up stuff of locations while I was here, and it was like pointing me at around here for some weird reason. I think that was just a game messing up, because it was technically Ilzabard, and it knows Ilzabard as this location. I think that's what happened with the game. We're going back to Charlian, guys. Make sure no suddenly new quest around here. Yeah, okay. Friend, let me say hi. Hold on. Friends. There, God dang. Alright. Wave, and then bye. That's all I wanted to do. Alright. Ethernet, and Balducin Annex. Oh, hey, Krell's standing up. Ain't that true? Oh, it's good to see you, and free from the chilblains? Chilblains, I say again. What is that word? You guys ever heard of that word? Chilblains? You're pleased to know everything's been kept in order since you've been away. I've even brought a few useful knickknacks with me for back home. But no sooner had they arrived than I received word of Krell in poor health. And you on the moon! If you meant to give me a fright, you succeeded. Oh, welcome back, Firemac. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Hyland called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint, but desperate. I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream, barely remembered, my body flowing through the livestream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. What did I could laugh at a time like this? Though we prevented Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Oh, Krell. Woo! Woo! Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they have arrived. Oh, wow. Oh, the audio died! Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's not even worth saving a backup for. Hold on, I gotta fix this, guys. Alright, sorry about that, YouTube. Elgato is being very uncooperative today, so I have to be really careful about the audio. Waiting for my comrades. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. We're still not doing voice scenes? Okay. Not at all. We understand you've you've been quite busy. Will Uran be joining us? Nope. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Firemac can explain why better than I. That rhymed. So you see, Uran is now a caretaker of a bunch of bunnies? Not too far from what he's been doing with the Fae, huh? What he used to do with the Fae. Also, Zorak's gone. The final days, as befell Amorat. And we are to escape via the moon? What are the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amorat, The solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half of the star's population in the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days. A feat which even the Amoritines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lametorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amoritines' creation magics. But we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum, then. Having worked with the Loporrits in secret all this time, there's surely more they could tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I've urgent news. Oh, just like Tatru. She always loves doing this. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is Father up to? Now. What is up to now? There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Let's see what they're doing. What you up to, Forum? Is this part gonna be voiced? Because it makes sense that it should be voiced. I'm sure they heard about Zodiac.
Order! Order, I say!
There's a voice.
I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan. Nay, of this very star.
Oh, and they're about to just explain it now?
Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
Oh, so we're the Endbearers now. Is that what makes us an Endwalker?
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Well, now they can talk. They sense the Zodiac's gone, that's why.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well.
Yeah, I just realized Emmett Selk's actual body kind of looks similar to him, doesn't he?
270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
I'm sorry, but they just now finally said how to pronounce that. Yumkrefs. Yumkrefs. I'm gonna forget that, because that name does not come up enough.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon.
You've been working with a bunch of bunny people.
Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge. Not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Edicts will be relayed to all major institutions.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Keep it civil, eh? Oh.
I may look daggers at him, but I will neither speak nor draw them.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
Valentina, please. Why you gotta bother me at these times? It's important cutscene time.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence.
Dang, using your grandfather's words on him.
This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Did I catch a sense of understanding there? I think they did. I think I did.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Mm-hmm.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Oh, are we about to have our chill in or in-room scene?
Shall we then? To the Annex. To prepare for tomorrow.
Our interlude cutscene just before the next big foray into who knows what. Wee! Oh, wee! Wee! shall protect you, Dorothy. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ojika Sunjika? Looks so much like your brother. The crowd tells you the forum made a rather momentous announcement, so there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Val. The realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I asked myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality of or lack thereof. We're here and we'll get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. But enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. My liege. My liege. Well, Jay doesn't know it, but we're looking right at him. Ow. Ow. What's happening? Oh. Yeah, the fire doesn't make much sense. If what's dying is our star. How does that rain fire down on us? A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? Probably everyone again. Oh. Do I get to choose? Interesting. Let's see. Alpha and Alze have said their piece. Thancred, my boy Thancred. Justola, she's said her piece a bit too. Graha has kind of been absent. So has Estinian, but I don't know. I kind of feel like talking to Thancred. Unless this is predetermined, it's always going to be one person, and I might be right or I might be wrong. Or let's see, I'll go with Thancred, because Thancred's my boy. Thancred? Question is, will it be Thancred? Yeah, it is Thancred. So we do get to choose, huh? That's interesting. I wonder how this scene would play out.
Evening. I hoped you hadn't crawled beneath the covers just yet. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I have a favor to ask.
I'll do now. I definitely want to see the other versions of this scene. Yes, my friend. No? You don't want to come in? That's cool, man.
Don't worry. Nothing desperate or dire, if that's what you were wondering. Not yet. You know, we may have quite literally entered our final days. The ancients went so far as to call it that for a reason. If so, then everything we did for Reen, for the first, will have been meaningless. And I can't accept that. I just can't.
I agree, Thancred.
My mind won't allow for the possibility. And that could be a problem. When we're in the thick of it, I don't know if I've got it in me to be pragmatic this time. To run, even if running's the right choice. The only choice. So if you see me turning a blind eye to the harsh reality, beat some sense into me, would you?
You got it, boy. You got it, bro.
I trust you and the other Scions with my life. And I'd like to think the feeling is at least occasionally mutual.
Of course, dude, man. Other people might not like you as much, but I think you're cool, Thancred. You've been through a lot.
And I never forgive myself if my stubbornness put them in danger. Gods, listen to me. Beginning to sound like the father I never had. So, can I count on you to keep me in line? I can think of no one else more eminently qualified.
I really want to know how this scene plays out now. The other characters.
Now I can breathe a bit easier. Which isn't to say that I will, given what we're up against. Let's keep this little chat our secret. I'd rather not have anyone scolding us for burning the midnight oil.
Really want to know how that scene plays out now with other characters. I'm afraid to Google it too, because you know I'm gonna get spoiled. So I'm gonna have to just wait until I beat Endwalker to see how different the scene plays out. A short while earlier in the Alamegan Quarter. Oh, Xenos gonna come here.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too.
What's wrong?
But is it true? They brought back tempered Garlean soldiers.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Oh, that's one of them, isn't it?
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Oh, uh-oh. Whoa, what's going on with him? Meanwhile, in Ishgard. Same thing gonna happen here? A Garland soldier is about to like explode and whatever that crap was. Hey, it's Aaronville.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance.
What are you doing in Ishgard, dude?
Well, what have we here? Hey, are you all right?
Yeah. What is going on with that?
No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Yeah, what's up with it? What's going on? Why is it... What's happened to Thapnir? Okay. Higher. I'm going higher. Skies aflame. Oh. Uh-oh. Alright, I think this is the final quest we're gonna do for this recording. It's a level 85 quest, too. Wait, unless that's a dungeon, because if it's a dungeon, we're gonna have to hold off on it. We don't have time to do a dungeon. Tatru is furrowing her brow in consternation. Oh, Firemac, I was just about to call for you. I'm afraid we received another call for assistance. This one comes from Razat Han. And the others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. You must join them at once. Something happened to Razat Han. Ah, there you are. Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact in Radzahan. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. So it's begun. Good gods! Are the final days already upon us? It would appear so, sadly. That is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people of Radzahan are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Agreed. Kral, you best remain here with Tatru and gather what knowledge you can. You're in near condition for a long journey, I imagine. Very well. Similar phenomena have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Or the previously tempered gonna transform the monsters? Is this what's happening? Let us make for Yittlmad, and we must prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead. I feel like this is a dungeon, guys. And like I said, I don't have time for a dungeon, unfortunately. Well, let's talk to everybody. Let's drag this out as much as we can. If this calamity has indeed come to Thavner, it is all too likely that Corvus across the strait finds itself in a similar predicament. Even now, it remains an imperial province, and as such, it may be some time until we can ascertain the situation there. We can only hope that Kral and Tatru will be able to provide us with some insight sooner rather than later. If the might of Vitra is not enough to hold these fiends at bay, Radzahan is in dire straits indeed. We must go at once. In ancient times, the phenomenon was first observed in places where the celestial currents had grown weakest. 'Twould seem that there is a stagnancy of aether in the skies above Radzahan, unbeknownst even to Vitra. I would rather accompany you to Thavner, but Braha's concerns are well-founded. The last thing I would want is to be a burden. So I will remain here with Tatru and do all I can to gather knowledge that might serve us in the battle to come. Godspeed in your journey, Firemac. We do not wield the creation magics that the ancients did, yet these abominations appear? Whatever could be the cause? With the fall of the Tower of Thavner, the Hanish were beginning to enjoy a semblance of peace, and now this. I'm glad for Kral's support. I'll call upon Hori, Boulder, and the others to assist us. They will be our eyes and ears in the field, as they have been many times before. No similar creatures have been sighted here in Charlian. That said, the early signs may manifest in other regions ere long. We must be prepared for every eventuality. There's a journey to Thavner. They want us to be there. Yittlmad! Yittlmad, bro? Yittlmad, bro? Alright, we can't fly here yet.
And lo, vile beasts did rise. leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas. And our sins ascend unto the heavens. 3 dooms to unmake all we were.
Uh-oh.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the Isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends. Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city.
Largest and dreadful of the lot.
Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The large one's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vritra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again?
But of course.
I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Yedlin. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
This is looking like a dungeon, guys. I think I called it. This is a dungeon. You little mad, bro?
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Woo! Oh, okay, we're not. That's not yet then. So the beasts are not born of creation magics run amok, but are rather the altered forms of the people themselves. In that sense, this manifestation of the final days differs from what we witness in Amarat. Yeah. And for the worse, I dare say, if any man, woman, or child would become a beast at any moment, there's no telling whence the next threat might come. We must exercise extreme caution. Don't worry, no matter how grim things might get, I won't lose heart. I'm ready whenever you need me. It's true that the people themselves have transformed into beasts. Why, even the Radiant Host could suffer the same fate. Or us, perish the thought. I shall survey the environs closely as we go about our search. There may be some clue as how we can combat this phenomenon. Usually the most dangerous foe in a worm's domains is the worm themselves. If I were Vitra, I would be as offended as I am horrified. Innocent souls twisted and reformed into unholy abominations. I thought I had seen the last of such nightmares with the Sin Eaters. We must act quickly, Firemac. Every moment we tarry means another soul may be lost to this nightmare. Oh, this music is awesome. Everyone's assembled, yes? I thank you for lending us your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you aboard this boat, circle around to the north side of the island. There you will find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. Vanaspati? It is a sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Vitra and the Radiant Hosts have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them, and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. There it is, Vanaspati now accessible. Yep, I called it! It's a dungeon! I pray we are not too late to spread the settlements within Vanaspati at the fate that has befallen our city. Once we meet with Vitra and the Radiant Host, they should be able to tell us more of the present situation. Small talk. So the beasts are not born of creation magics. The beasts are not born of creation magics run amok, but rather than alternate forms. Oh, I think they're saying the same thing that I just spoke with them about. Yeah. Just double checking everyone's saying the same thing. Yep. Small talk. Yep. 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 Alright, yeah, they all said the same thing, okay. But, as epic as this is, I can't do the dungeon right now, because times are not aligning for me, so we're gonna have to do this later today, assuming I can manage to be awake for stream time. So, yeah, this is Firemac saying toodles, and see you next time.